In the winter of 2005, residents of a crumbling Soviet-era apartment block in northern Moscow kept making the same phone call to the police. There's screaming coming from apartment 239. The police would arrive within minutes. They'd knock, they'd wait, they'd enter, and every single time the apartment was empty. No one inside, no signs of a break-in, no blood, no crime scene. Just an old hollow flat. Dusty furniture, yellowing wallpaper, the air thick with something metallic, and always, this strange warmth in the walls, like something alive was breathing just beneath the plaster. Apartment 239 had become a cursed unit. It wasn't just the screams, there were stories. Too many. 11 tenants had moved in over 6 months. All of them left, some within days. One woman left at 3 a.m. barefoot, dragging her baby down 12 flights of stairs, refusing to take the elevator. Another tenant, a young man, had scribbled strange symbols across the walls in red ink before smashing every mirror in the apartment and vanishing. All he left behind was a message written on the ceiling. He watches from the wires. Neighbors claimed to hear faint cries between 2 and 3 a.m. Others said they heard someone whispering from behind the radiators. One resident, Irina Sokolova, swore she saw a man standing inside the apartment window in the middle of the night, even though no one lived there at the time. The police were tired of the calls. They blamed faulty plumbing, thin walls, and imagination, but Irina was a freelance journalist, and she decided to investigate further. She pulled building records. Apartment 239 was originally assigned in 1991 to a man named Mikhail Golovin, a middle school biology teacher who was fired in 1994 after an internal investigation. Nothing was ever made public, but the rumors were wild. That he dissected stray animals in the school lab. That a student once found a jar with a human tongue in his drawer. That he locked a boy in the science closet overnight, and the boy was never quite right afterward. Golovin disappeared shortly after he was let go. No forwarding address, no family, just gone. The apartment stayed empty for nearly 5 years. Then it went back on the rental market. Irina, convinced something terrible had happened there, decided to sneak in. She bribed the current tenant, a man who'd already started packing up to leave. Together they explored every corner. Most of it was normal, if unsettling, but behind a tall bookshelf, Irina found something, a faint outline in the wall, a crack almost invisible. She ran her fingers along it, knocked, hollow. 2 weeks later, after her article caused a stir, the police returned with tools and a search warrant. They broke through the false wall. Behind it was a hidden room, no larger than a closet. Inside were shelves filled with jars, each labeled with a date. Inside the jars were things, human ears, teeth, partial organs, preserved in a cloudy yellow liquid. One jar held a child's hand. On the far wall was a folding metal table, rusted at the joints. Next to it, a camcorder on a tripod, and a notebook full of anatomical sketches, some human, some not. They watched the tapes. The footage was grainy, distorted, but it was clear enough. Golovin had used the hidden room to perform surgeries, experiments. Some victims were conscious, some begged. One tape ended with Golovin turning to the camera and saying, "Pain teaches what schools cannot." He was never seen again. Authorities sealed the apartment. The building was half evacuated. Eventually, the story faded from public memory. But on New Year's Eve 2006, one of the officers who had searched apartment 239, Sergeant Pavel Morozov, returned home after work. There was a small cardboard package on his doorstep. No address, no return label. Inside the box was a single glass jar. Floating in it was a human eyeball, perfectly preserved, pressed against the glass, as if looking out. There was a note inside the box. No blood, no fingerprints. It read, "You found my home. Now I'll find yours." Signed, M.G. Golovin was never found. Apartment 239 still exists. The building still stands. And some nights, just before 3 a.m., the new residents say you can still hear someone inside, whispering. crying, screaming.